What's good, y'all, man? It is your boy Sniper Cakes, and today we are about to go to one of my bulk suppliers and pick up the Jordan 4 white cement. This sneaker right here by far is one of the best sneakers in 2025, is one of the top sneakers in May. So I'm going to show you directly how I'm able to make $2,000 in literally 2 hours of work. And I'm going to break this down. Make sure you stay until the end of the video because I have something special for you guys. Here is the power behind bulk buying. Number one, you're able to get a lot of sneakers at once. I was the guy back in the day going to mall to mall to mall to mall to mall, and it took me like 7 hours in one day just to get 10 pairs. But I'm able to get 50 pairs, 100 pairs, literally just like that in a couple of hours. So I'm gonna break that down, show you guys the systems that I create that allow me to make $2,000 in literally 2 hours worth of work. So make sure you guys tune in, taking your notes, and make sure you stay until the end. Let's go. Let's meet up with my bulk supplier and pick up these pairs. Let's get it. So there is a lot of ways to get bulk suppliers. So we're heading to a warehouse right now where we're getting these Jordan 4 white cements. You can get sneakers literally across the world in bulk. You have people in the entire US that sell bulk, but it's about relationships. Also in the world, it's about relationships, which is huge. So we're out here in Chicago about to pick some pairs up. And again, I already sold. I'm going to break down how I was able to make $2,000 in literally 2 hours being able to get these Jordan 4 white cements. I already know they're demanded, and I use a method called pre-ordering, and I'm going to talk about that later on in the video. But we're about to pull up real quick. Again, a guy that I have a great relationship with, getting these Jordan 4 white cements, and then we're going to keep this thing moving. Let's get it. Right here, Jordan 4 white cement. Got a decent amount of pairs. And there's nothing like this sneaker right here. You see, clean, clean, clean. So, when you're buying early pairs, you need to be able to buy them at the right price. The reasoning why is that you got to be able to create margin when you're reselling the sneaker. And there's a lot of different methods that I'm about to go over, right now. So margins, where do you sell your sneakers? So when you're a beginning reseller, I know a lot of you guys are beginners. Number one, you want to utilize all the platforms. The eBay is going to be your number one if you're a beginner. You have the StockX, the GOATs. I like Instagram. I like, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, because you save so much money on fees. Yes, it's more footwork per se. Yes, it's not easy just dumping it on StockX, but there's returns on that. What I mean by returns is that you have a long time customer and you make more money without fees. There's a lot of resellers out there that just want to use platforms, and that's how they want to make their money. If you understand sneaker reselling, the biggest resellers in the world, they're just not using StockX. They have actual clients. So how I was able to make $2,000 in literally 2 hours is that I got a price from a wholesaler. Guys, if you want to learn how to get sneakers in bulk, get access to my wholesalers, make sure you're at my free live training that is happening over the weekend. Guys, make sure you hit the link in the description section. It is the opportunity of a lifetime. But I have clients. I understand, like, okay, if I get these in bulk, I'm able to sell it to certain buyers, and people are going to want this sneaker. So I buy it at a price X, and then I sell it at a higher price. That is a pretty good darn deal for that customer. So when you're buying sneakers in bulk, you're able to move value. Now I have a website, and yes, most of you guys don't have a website. Again, when you progress and you start having clients, a website's a deal, and I've helped a lot of people make websites. But as you're progressing, you're using Instagram, you're using different ways to create clients. Now you're able to have a turnaround and make money super fast. That's why in literally 2 hours, I was able to, make $2,000 like that. It's you're building a business. Again, what I tell people, if you treat reselling like a hobby, you get paid as a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you get paid as a business. So those are some of the steps that you do want to take. But first is getting the sneakers. If you don't have sneakers, then you're not going to make money. And that's really the process. But again, a great wholesaler over here. Got a decent amount of these Jordan 4 white cements already sold. Again, I'm not holding on inventory. I love to create cash flow when I'm buying sneakers in bulk. I don't like stuff just sitting in inventory because it allows me to use that cash to make more money. But that's the process. When we get back in the house, unload these white cements, I'll kind of break down kind of how I start to get clients, my pre-order method that I utilize, where I sell them before I got them in hand, and really progress from there. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So guys, just got back from picking up the Jordan 4 white cements. Again, a very dope sneaker. Got every single size. And here's the thing, when you're buying sneakers early, when you're buying sneakers in bulk, it's all about relationships. You saw me go in Chicago, grabbed a ton of pairs, and again, it's all good and dandy. But you're wondering, okay, Sniper, how are people able to get these early pairs? It's very simple. As you know, with Nike distribution, these sneakers are made way earlier. If you look at these Jordan 4 white cements right here, taking this out, this sneaker's production date was, wow, in November of 2024. November of 2024, this was finished in production. So again, it's going through distribution and it releases in May. That's 6 months before the release date. So when this gets in distribution at different stores, boutiques, again, backdooring all that good stuff. But I know you're wondering, okay, Sniper, I don't have the plugs, I don't have the connections. Guys, I have a free live training that will give you those connections. Therefore, you can go to the next level. I've helped so many people get early pairs, and I'll put some pictures right here of people that I helped get these Jordan 4 white cements and are making a ton of money. So how did I make over $3,000 with these Jordan 4 white cements? Very simple. When you get a sneaker like this in bulk, and you are going to sell it to a customer, you're going to charge a higher price because most people don't have this sneaker. You have it, which is exclusive. Again, this is an early pair, so they're willing to pay more money. Since they're willing to pay more money and you know what sneakers you're going to get, you can start doing a pre-order. This takes some work where you have to build some clientele. Yes, you can use eBay, StockX, Go, plenty of people use it. But if you're able to build clientele, you'll be able to make way more money because you avoid fees. And number two, you can give them a better price because there's no fees involved. So that is one of the biggest things of building clientele with that. But you see this beautiful Nike Air. So when I do my pre-orders, for instance, when I source this sneaker, I'm typically charging probably $100 more than what I sourced it for. So think about this. I sold 30 pairs. I sold each of them for $100 profit. That's an easy $3,000. This is what I love about reselling. Resell is a very simple business. It's not like the stock market. It's not like, real estate. It's not like drop shipping. Is you buy a sneaker for a great price, you sell a sneaker for a higher price, and then you make profits. But a lot of times people are not educated and they don't have the relationships with suppliers. Therefore, they're not able to make great profit and great money. So it is a business. If you treat this like a business, you will get paid as a business. But that's really how I made $3,000 in literally 24 hours of selling these Jordan 4 white cements, is having a book of business, having people that actually want this sneaker because it's early. People want things that other people can't have. If I can get the Jordan 4 white cement before everybody, I'm willing to pay a higher price. So that is the reason why I love selling early pairs. That's the reason why I just love sneaker reselling, because it's very simple. There's a lot of different strategies that I use that I'll be talking in other videos, but that pre-order method is gold. It is completely gold, and I have made so much money. I've been reselling for 5 years, have done 7 figures in reselling. So if you want to learn how to get bulk suppliers, how to elevate your business, how to have the intangibles, the fundamentals, therefore you can go to the next level, make sure you're at my free live training. It is going to be insane. It's going to be off the charts. Just hear my son in the background screaming. He's excited that I'm making a lot of money with these Jordan 4 white cements. But really do appreciate you guys. Hit the link in the description section. You're going to enjoy this live training. It is a lifetime opportunity. See you there. You already know. Sniper Kicks out. Let's go.